Hi yogis, welcome back. Today I've got a 10-minute cool down for you. Super good for after a long day, after a workout, after you've been driving a lot. All you need for this practice is your yoga mat and yourself. I'll see you out there on the mat. Let's meet in our downward facing dog. So hands down, feet down, butts up. Yeah, any sort of wiggles, shakes, bends and stretches, adjustments that you need to make in your down dog. And then we'll find ourselves in stillness and reconnect to each other with a few breaths here. So coming back to that Ujjayi, our guide for this practice, take a big breath in through your nose, feeling that drag of the air across the back of your throat. And breathing out, same sort of friction, tension, living in the back of your throat on your exhale. Good, let's do one more like that. So on your inhale, big breath in through the nose. And exhale, big breath out the nose. This time on your inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, and roll yourself all the way forward to your high plank pose. Good, exhale, slide your hips back into that bent knee down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward into the high plank. Exhale, sliding the hips back into the down dog. Good, one more time like that. Inhale, roll yourself forward, high plank pose. Shift the weight forward into your fingerprints and toe tips, and we'll take 5 slow counts to bring the belly to the mat. Lower down 5, lower down 4. Good, lower down 3. I know it's slow. Lower down 2, and you're down on 1. Once you get there, point your toes behind you. Good. Slide your fingertips off the side of your mat, keeping your hands in line with your shoulders. And we want to come up onto our finger tops, so there's some space between your palm and the mat, kind of like spider fingers, or maybe like there's a cupcake that you don't want to smush under your hand, or sometimes people image that there's like an egg that they're trying not to crush. On your inhale, you'll roll yourself up, keeping the elbows bent for the first one into that wide arm variation of cobra, and exhale, melt the chest back down. Good, let's do 2 more like that. So the inhale, you'll lift your chest up, and exhale, melt yourself back down. Good, one more time. Inhale, roll up your chest, maybe straightening the elbows a little bit more. Find broadness across the heart. And exhale, melt yourself back down. Good, slide your hands down by your hips. Think palms down, knuckles up. And then bring the legs back together so that they touch if they separated during that last sequence. Good, from here, I'd like you to take your gaze back to center. Roll your shoulders back and up and off your mat. Lift your hands up so that the knuckles are lifting up towards the sky. Think about sliding your pinky fingers a little bit closer towards one another, and then maybe float your legs up and off of the ground as well. If you're taking the legs up in your locust pose, keep the legs together so that they touch. Big toes, inner thighs. Yeah, so you're one straight long line here. Take a big breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good. Turn one cheek to the mat, bend your knees in half, and give yourself a little bit of a windshield wiper with your shin bones, just to neutralize out any funkiness that happened in the lower back just now. Good. Re-extend your legs nice and long. Turn your gaze back towards center. So option 1 is to stay with what we just did, rolling the shoulders up, lifting the hands up and off of the mat. Option 2 is to keep that lift, but take your hands behind you, interlace webbing to webbing grip. Your palms will come together so that they touch. And on your next inhale, you'll press your knuckles back towards your heels and lift the knuckles up and off of the lower part of your back. Just a little bit of a deeper chest expansion here. Good, and we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. So inhale, find a lift in your torso. Exhale to maintain. Good, on your inhale, lifting up, maybe lifting the legs just an inch higher. This time, exhale, let it all the way go. Turn the other cheek to the mat. Good. Let your hands come down by your hips and then bend your knees in half again. One more time, that windshield wiper, right to left, right to left. Nice. And then let's turn the gaze back towards center. Re-extend the legs nice and long. And one more time like that. So first variation, hands lift up, pinky fingers slide closer together as you lift your chest, lift your gaze, lift your legs. Option 2, come to that webbing to webbing interlace behind the small of your back. Press your knuckles back and lift them up, finding that slide of your shoulder blades together, a little bit more space across your chest. Take one more big breath in here. And let it all the way go. Good. One more time. Any cheek to the mat. Bend your knees, a windshield wiper. When you feel ready, re-extend your legs nice and long, and then just gently roll on over to your backside. So I like a good old log roll, but if there's another way that makes sense to you, totally take that. Once you've made your way onto your back, guide your right knee up to your chest and keep your left leg extended long onto your yoga mat. Go ahead, take a big breath in here. And on your exhale, we'll come into an easy spinal twist. So right knee will go across your body to the left. You can either take your right arm out straight or bend your elbow in half like a goalpost. Neither is right or wrong. What we're looking for in the twist here is that both of your shoulders stay glued onto the ground. And then the right knee, it doesn't have to touch the ground. Maybe one day it will. Good. Coming back to the breath here, finding the inhale, the space. The exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper inside of the twist? Good. A few more breaths like that. So this is a great moment for us to just notice what our tendencies, our habits, our patterns are. For some of us, the more active part of the practice is easier. It's easy to do the stuff that's intense. It's easy to find that mindset of push, of go, of try, of do. And the harder part of the practice can actually be this when we're softer, we're holding postures for longer, and we have to sit inside of discomfort. All we're doing right now is noticing that tendency. Take a big breath in through your nose. And a big breath out. Good. Gently come back to center. Hug both of your knees up and into your chest. We'll still work with that right leg. I want you to flex both of your feet. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh so that you're making a figure 4 shape with your legs. For some of our bodies, we've got really tight glutes, and you might be here placing the left foot on the ground with the right knee across your left ankle. If that feels like not a stretch at all for you, you can take this up just a little bit by lifting the shape up, threading your arms through to the back side of your left thigh, and then think about pulling the left thigh in closer to you as you encourage your right knee farther away from you in this figure 4. And again, whatever's happening in this posture, whether that stretch that we're feeling in our glutes, you register it as like, oh, this is a good stretch, I love this, or this is a lot of sensation and I can't be here. I want you to come back to that breath. Decide to place your attention on the breath. Decide to stay here for 2 more beats. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. And a big breath out. Good, let's uncross, keep the left knee at our chest, and send our right leg long away from us on the yoga mat. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, gentle twist. Guide your left knee across your body to the right. Again, the left arm can either go out long or bent. It kind of depends on what's going on with your shoulders and your chest today. And we want to do the variation that feels like a gentle opening. So both shoulders are staying on the ground. The left knee can be hovering off of the mat. You can place a block underneath it. Sometimes that feels really nice and supportive. But again, I want you to notice, what is my tendency? What are my habits? What are my patterns? And do my patterns control me more than I would like? So if it feels like here, stillness is hard and you just want to fidget and get out of it and do the next thing, like this feels like a waste of your time, just notice that thought pattern that's happening. And how many of the interactions that you have outside of your mat mimic that pattern. Like, I just need to get out of this. I need to wiggle out of this discomfort. I can't stay here. I can't be here. Part of the practice is learning how to tolerate distress. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Gently come back to center, both knees up to your chest. Flex both of your feet, still working with that left leg. Cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Again, option 1 is right foot is on the mat in the figure 4. Option 2, for a little bit more intensity, thread your arms through to the underside of your right thigh. Guide the right thigh closer to your chest as the left knee goes a little bit farther away from you. So we focus on the breath in the yoga practice because when we intentionally place our attention on something other than distress, other than that sensation, other than the thoughts that are like, get out, wiggle out, do whatever you can to escape, we begin to understand that our bodies can actually tolerate a little bit more than we're allowing, that our hearts and our minds can actually tolerate a little bit more than we're allowing. And it's not that we have to completely disregard that voice that says leave, but we get to make a choice. Can I be here? Can I stay? Can I breathe? Or do I need to leave? Take one more big breath in. And big breath out. Gently uncross. Hug both knees to your chest. Separate your knees nice and wide. We're coming into a happy baby. You can hold on to your knees. You might hold on to your ankles, shin bones, feet, rock side to side. Just a little massage for the lower back. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together so that they touch. Wrap your hands around the pinky side edge of your feet, keeping the knees nice and wide. Place this entire shape onto your yoga mat. We're finding our way into Supta Baddha Konasana. Once your legs have found their way onto the ground, take your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly, and we'll pause here for 3 breaths together. The mind will want to wander away from the breath, from the stillness. But see if you can draw your attention back here with the sound and the feeling of the breath in your body. So on your inhale, feel your belly rise, feel your heart rise. And exhale, feel that gentle softening back into yourself. Good. 2 more times like that. Inhale, belly, heart. Exhale to soft. Good. 1 more time, breathing in and breathing out. Hey, if you're enjoying flowing and breathing with me, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.